I was trying to keep it private, and I wasn't trying for anybody to find out.
Jenelle and David are two of the biggest villains in Teen Mom history. We've watched as they've terrorized their children,
Felt like it was more of a family matter that needed to be dealt with.
ended the lives of their pets, and so much worse. Now David has been charged for harming Janelle's oldest child, Jace, and Jenelle is blaming her 14-year-old son, Jace, not David. But how did they end up here? And just how dark and twisted is the story truly? You'll honestly never believe it. For years, we've known that David and Jenelle are one of the most toxic couples ever. We've watched as she supported him financially while he hasn't worked, and while they've isolated themselves on their swamp land, and as they threatened to leave each other time and time again. We've watched when she got fired from Teen Mom because of his behavior, because he ended the life of their dog, and she still chose to stay by his side, even when it meant losing her only source of income and putting her kids in danger. Then we watched for years as she supposedly fought to get custody of Jace, who's grown up being raised by Janelle's mom Barbara for most of his life. But then this year when she finally got him back, everything fell apart. Allegedly, she took him off his ADHD medication and refused to give it to him, and stopped bringing him to his therapy appointments. And as if that wasn't bad enough, he started running away because of how bad Jenelle and David were treating him. He managed to run away 3 times before things took a turn for the worse. Allegedly, CPS started to look into the family because Jace kept running away. It was revealed that David got physical with him before Jace's final escape from the house on September 28th, and Janelle's other kids witnessed the attack. And not only that, but the attack was allegedly filmed on a neighbor's Ring camera, and then that footage was turned over to the authorities, meaning that both CPS and the police had the video evidence in their possession. But Jenelle and David claim that this footage doesn't actually exist. CPS noticed injuries on Jace's arm and neck. Jace was removed from the home and sent back to live with Barbara. Fans found out when Jace was seen out driving around with Barbara, and one fan in particular ended up next to them at a red light. For almost a week, there were rumors that charges were going to be pressed against David for CA, and then finally, the charges were released. David was charged for a misdemeanor for CA because of whatever the video captured of him doing to Jace, and there was a warrant out for his arrest. Everyone waited to see what Jenelle would have to say about this, and if she was still going to stand by David's side rather than her own son's. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, she actually did. She claimed that her 14-year-old Jace was actually the attacker. Here's what she had to say to the Daily Mail. The police are looking into the wrong person right now. There is a vile situation going on, and it's not pertaining to my husband. This story is one-sided, and no interviews were conducted asking what happened when the incident occurred, insinuating that Jace is the actual aggressor, which is obviously a pretty horrible thing to say about your son who has been harmed at the hands of your husband. Allegedly, Jace's injuries were so bad that he had to be hospitalized after the incident, and Jenelle is claiming that it never even happened. She also claimed that this is all a smear campaign being run by Barbara and the police. Yes, even though the police allegedly have the video of the attack that Jenelle is claiming didn't actually happen, she's even claimed that this arrest has nothing to do with David and everything to do with Jace's mental health. Now, though the court documents are beginning to come out and they reveal even more about the situation, first of all, the documents confirm that David is unemployed, which has been speculated for years, and confirms that Jenelle is funding his entire life while he harms her children. The documents claim that he willingly harmed Jace. They read, David unlawfully and willingly did, being the parents of Jace V. Evans, who was a child less than 16 years of age, inflicted physical injury on that child. The court document states the physical injury inflicted caused marks on Jace's right arm and left and right side of the neck, and was inflicted by other than accidental means. If you're wondering what the actual law says is considered a misdemeanor of CA, in North Carolina, it's classified as any parent of a child less than 16 years of age or any other person providing care to or supervision of such child, or who allows physical injury to be inflicted, or who creates or allows to be created a substantial risk of physical injury upon or to such child by other than accidental means. Oddly, Jenelle was present for the incident but has not been charged yet, and it's unclear if she's going to be charged. She hasn't been quiet about David's charges though, and she's claiming that she thought the police were on her side. She posted a TikTok where she said, "At this point, you've got the Columbus County Sheriff's Department lying to me. I have CPS that's kind of acting like they're on my side, but not really. I don't know who to trust in that situation because they're saying it's about my son's mental health as well. Jenelle said, they're like, you're not in trouble, but I feel like I'm punished. I don't know who to believe or trust right now. She later deleted the TikTok. It's definitely interesting that she believed that CPS was on her side when it's CPS's job to protect children. That's why it's called Child Protective Services. Is she just completely delusional, or even worse, as Jenelle bends over backwards to protect her husband at the expense of her children? Someone has leaked texts that David sent to his ex-wife from May of 2022 when Jenelle and David were in one of their many fights. Jenelle went to a party hosted by another Teen Mom star, Brianna DeJesus, even though David didn't want her to, and that's when the texts were sent. He told his ex that he still dreams about her. He called her perfect and said that he was upset that they didn't end up together. At first, Jenelle did nothing. Then more texts came out that apparently made Jenelle mad. He sent his ex-wife a picture of the room, which was extremely messy, and complained about how messy Jenelle is. And he said that he could never win with her. He even texted his wife for her birthday and for Mother's Day the following week. This must have set Jenelle off because she unfollowed him on social media after. Yes, you heard that right. Jenelle stood by David's side when he harmed her child and offended him and seemingly blamed her child. But she unfollowed him when old texts leaked of him complaining about her ability to clean up after herself. Have you ever heard of someone so selfish? A critique of her was enough to cause a fight, but it wasn't when he hurt her child. It's hard to say where the story is going to go, if Jenelle and David will reconcile, if she'll leave him, if he'll go to prison, because the charges is a misdemeanor. The most that he could serve is a few months. The important thing though is that all of the kids between the two of them are safe. We know that Jace is, but we really don't know what's going on with Marissa, Kasia, or Ensley, and if they'll get laced with other guardians while David is investigated. What do you guys think about this case? Can you believe that Jenelle is choosing David over her kids? Can you believe just how selfish she really is? It's honestly unbelievable that she's even a mother, and I hope that her kids are able to find stability even with David and Jenelle as their parents.